This question says, although the geometries of ammonia and water molecules are distorted tetrahedral, bond angle in water is less than that of ammonia. Discuss. And what is the secret? So first let us draw the structures of ammonia and water. If you draw the Lewis dot structures, you will notice that ammonia has one lone pair of electrons while water has two lone pair of electrons. So one lone pair of electrons in ammonia, two lone pair of electrons in H2O. First of all, we should write down the structure and make this observation. Yes. And we are aware of one fact. What? As per VSEPR theory, the repulsions because of lone pairs are greater than the repulsions because of bonded pairs. What do you mean? We mean that lone pair repulsion is more than lone pair bonded pair, which is more than bonded pair. Which means that these two lone pairs will repel desperately. And if they repel, they want to go away from each other. They will push hydrogen atoms together, thereby reducing the bond angle between HOH. What? Let me say it once again. For example, let me take these two spatula which are there from chemistry lab. And say this is OH and O. This is OHH. Just assume this is water molecule. Now, if I have two lone pairs, now lone pairs are not very distinctly visible. You can't really see electrons like this. But if there are two lone pairs, just imagine if there are two entities which are repelling, which are going away from each other. If they are repelling, they will repel everything, they will repel this also. And if they are repelling and expanding, they will push this angle together closer, thereby making this angle smaller. So greater the lone pair, because of greater repulsion between lone pair and lone pair, greater LP repulsion, and these lone pairs and bonded pairs do not repel as much. So lone pairs, in their bid to go away from each other, they will push the hydrogen atoms together, thereby reducing the HOH bond angle. Right? So what do we write? What do we say? We say that due to greater repulsions between two lone pairs present on oxygen atom in water, they push the hydrogen atoms closer to each other because they are trying to repel. And if they go away from each other, in order to escape that repulsion, H atoms will be pushed closer. And as H atoms are pushed closer, the bond angle becomes lesser in HOH as compared to ammonia, because ammonia contains only one lone pair. And lone pair, bonded pair repulsions. Now lone pair is repelling bonded pairs, and bonded pairs are also repelling each other. But bonded pairs cannot repel as much and lone pair repels them more. So yes, this lone pair also will reduce H and H bond angle, but not as much as HOH bond angle, because the repulsion between two lone pairs is much more. And that is why. So please tell us in one sentence how do we write it down. You can take down the sentence and write it down. It says first draw this, write down this, and then you can say, since water molecule contains oxygen atom with two lone pairs of electrons, due to greater repulsion between lone pair and lone pair, H atoms on water, on H2O molecule, are pushed together, thereby reducing the HOH bond angle. That's it. That is absolutely sufficient for explaining why water molecule has lesser bond angle as compared to ammonia.